Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make mini naan dipping bread. And they're just little, if you're familiar with naan bread, they come in various sizes. Mine are about that size, and they make excellent dippers. And given the fact that the holiday period is just around the corner, these things are so easy to make and inexpensive, and you can dip about anything you like. So let's get into the kitchen and start making some mini naans. Okay, to make these mini naans, you're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So we're just going to put that in a medium-sized bowl, and 1 cup of bread flour. To that, we're going to add in 3/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt. But if all you have is table salt, that will do. We're going to add in 1 teaspoon of sugar. And then on top of that is 1 teaspoon of instant rice, yeast. Sorry, boy, I can't speak today. So here's our 1 teaspoon of yeast. And then it's a bit of baking powder. So we have 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. So let's mix up all the dry ingredients. And then we're going to add in the wet. So in here is Greek yogurt, and we're using 1/3 of a cup of Greek plain yogurt. And this is going to give us really nice, moist naan bread. And in here is a 1/2 cup of water. I'll pour most of it in right now and start working my dough. And then if I see it needs more water, I just might. So let me work my dough and we'll be right back. I don't know if you can see how dry the dough is, but I think because we're winter now, and I was making some pizza dough last week, and I found the same thing going on. And I followed the recipe, and there's all these dry flakes. So I'm going to add, I've filled up my 1/2 cup measuring cup. Again, I'll put maybe half of that, and it's for everybody making this, and I really hope everybody gives this a try. You might have to add more water, or maybe a tablespoon or 2 of the plain yogurt. So let me work this, and I'm probably going to get in there with my hands, and we'll be right back. I've been working the dough for 10 minutes here on my counter, and you can see like it's quite consistent. It's nice and moist, but it's not sticking to my hands. So the next step, as with most breads and things with yeast in them, it's got to sit in a warm place for at least 30 minutes. But if you do it longer, say up to an hour or 2, that should be fine too. So I'm going to put it back in my bowl. I'm going to cover it and come back in about 30 minutes. So my dough ball has rose quite a bit, and that was in there for 30 minutes. And now I'm just going to coat the bowl and the ball with extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to punch it down a little bit and let it rise for another 45 minutes to an hour. And then we'll get to work on rolling it out, cutting them up, and then frying them up on my little frying pan. So we'll be back in a bit. Okay, the dough is finally ready. So I'm just going to divide this in 2, and then we're going to cut it into little balls and roll them out. So let me get my little rolling pin, nice wooden rolling pin, and put this one back in the bowl. Just a little bit. And now I want kind of large, I want mini naans, but I don't want ultra small. So let's make them like this. size, which is about 2 inches by 2 inches or so. And this one, we're going to go this way. And now, we just want to roll them up into a little ball, like so. And I'll put them here on the parchment paper. And at this point, you can see they're not sticky at all. Like, beautiful to work with. This is going to be kind of a big one. Ooh. We'll see what that turns out to be. And these are only guidelines. You do what what you prefer. And let's see what we get. That's a nice little one. And they smell slightly yeasty, but definitely kind of like bread. And so I can only imagine what they're going to taste like. Oh, that's a nice ball. And the last time I made these, they turned out really good. And it lasted 4 days. They were fresh that I could eat them 4 days later. So what I like to do is just press them out a little bit. That's my way of doing it. And then we're going to stretch it out before we actually cook them on a frying pan. Yeah, see, that one is way too big. So making them yourselves, you are saving quite a bit of money, because for, I think it was about 10 to 12 of these, it's like $6, $7, $8. And I don't know, I like doing it myself. I know what went into this. There's no preservatives. It's it's as good as it gets. It's going to be a big one. Let's give this one another roll. Too big. Oh, wow. Okay, that's it. So okay, my pan is heating up, and what you should do is just give them a little stretch and then lay them out on the pan, and not too thin, and generally cook as many as you feel comfortable doing at one time. So for me, I'm going to be doing 4 of them, and you can see with this non-stick pan, they're sliding around. So with the ingredients in this Naan, I'm just going to flip this around, and then I'm going to use my trusty spatula and give them a further press. And they're turning a little bit brown, but we're going to get them a bit more brown than that. And look at that. So they will get a bit thicker, just like bread. And you can see right here, this one is puffing up and is starting to cook. So I'm going to keep an eye on them, and then give them a flip. And again, they're really smelling nice right now. So I can imagine this dipping a nice hummus. Oh, look at that one. Beautiful. So I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit, because this pan, when it gets hot, it gets too hot. Ah, perfect. This is what you're shooting for. Like it's almost cooked through, and give it another minute and turn on the fan a bit. And oh, beautiful. So I just have to get a container to put these into. And there we go. if we rip that open, you can see that is cooked. And as you put them in the container, whatever, it's going to continue cooking. Okay, I finished cooking the rest of the mini Naan dippers, and some turned out really nice and small, and others are a bit larger. And all you have to do is, just rip it in two. And then I made some fresh white kidney bean hummus yesterday, and they're really delicious. And I'll have to make a video on this too. And it's great for dipping. So, the flavor of this mini Naan is incredible. So I don't know. I think I got like 2 dozen out of these things. Had I made it smaller, I probably would have got more. But really tasty. And typically, you might see some recipes that tell you to spread ghee or melted butter on them. But I found by doing that, they're not going to last as long. So as long as you keep them dry like this, and once they cooled off, put a lid on this container or put it in a plastic bag, and they're good for 3-4 days. Easy, easy. So try it today, and great for the holidays coming up. So thanks for dropping by my channel again, and give me a thumbs up would be appreciated. And till the next one, take care. Bye now.